Hi, this is Danny with Temecula Yoga Collective, and I'm sitting here with Monica Sarrat of Access Acupuncture. We're having another collective conversation. Monica is an acupuncturist with a postgraduate certification in reproductive medicine. So your specialty is fertility. How does that relate to acupuncture?
Yes, so my specialty is in fertility, and acupuncture has quite a long history of enhancing fertility. In fact, they have found early medical literature dating back to 3 AD. There is a famous physician named Zhongzong Jing, and he is from the Han Dynasty, and he recorded a lot of his findings on the use of acupuncture and herbal medicine for fertility treatments. In more modern times, acupuncture has gained a lot of interest in the research field because current statistics are now showing that 1 out of every 5 couples who has been trying for over a year are having fertility issues. Couples are waiting longer to get pregnant and have babies, and that is creating some fertility issues for them. Herbal medicine being used for the treatment of regulating the menstrual cycles and PMS. It does this by normalizing the hormonal levels and endocrine systems. And the way that acupuncture actually does this is it stimulates the neurotransmitters in the brain to trigger the release of these gonadotrophic releasing hormones that are responsible for menstruation and ovulation. There has been quite a lot of research done in the field of polycystic ovarian syndrome, which is an anovulatory condition, meaning that these women do not ovulate. And they've showed that using repeated electroacupuncture treatments actually induce regular ovulation in these women. Another way that acupuncture can help with fertility is it increases the blood flow to the uterus. This is important to not only nourish the uterine lining, but it also brings nourishment to the ovaries and the eggs, so we can directly affect the egg quality in these women. Which is especially important in women over the age of about 35. One other thing that a lot of research has also been done is in the field of ART, or assisted reproductive technologies. One of the largest studies done showed that acupuncture done right before embryo transfer or right after embryo transfer improved pregnancy outcome by 65%, which is very significant. And one other thing that acupuncture does that's very significant is it decreases the stress levels in these couples who are going through fertility treatments, which can be quite a stressful and anxious time for them. Acupuncture again works on the nervous system, thereby decreasing the cortisol levels, which will help decrease their stress levels, but also help to decrease the chances of miscarriage in these women by also increasing their progesterone levels. So a good candidate for acupuncture is someone who is either trying to use more natural therapies to get pregnant. Typically I see these women over about a 3-month course, 12 weeks, and each one of these women, it's a very individualized treatment. So I could have 5 different women here coming to me for fertility issues, but we really look at each person as an individual and treat the body as a whole. In a 4-week period, which is about the normal length of a menstrual cycle, we are targeting something different in each one of those weeks. So the first phase is the menstrual cycle, where if there are any kind of irregularities or heavy bleeding, a lot of cramping, we can help to alleviate some of those symptoms. In the second phase, which is the follicular phase, we actually help to rebuild the uterine lining after menstruation, as well as affect the quality of the follicles that will be released during ovulation, which is the third phase, where we can actually promote ovulation, as I had talked about in that study, that acupuncture can help do that in women who have these and ovulatory cycles. And then the fourth phase is the luteal phase, which is one of the most important phases of the cycle because the way that acupuncture can help to increase the implantation rates and prevent miscarriages by keeping progesterone levels high during that time.
So that's really interesting. Do you also treat male fertility?
Absolutely, Danny. I strongly encourage couples to come in together because a lot of the time, 50% of the time, there's a male fertility factor that usually goes unknown until these couples have a hard time conceiving. So unlike women, we are born with a set number of eggs through our lifetime. We don't get more as we age. We only get less as we age. Whereas men, they regenerate sperm every 90 days. So in a treatment that's about a 3-month cycle with a man, we can greatly affect not only the sperm count but also the motility and the morphology. So I will strongly encourage a couple to either get a semen analysis if they've never done that before to get a baseline of where we're at, or if they've had one done and it comes back irregular, to do some kind of acupuncture, herbal medicine, some supplementation for about 3 months and then be retested, and quite often there's a significant change in the quality of the sperm.
So what other modalities do you use besides acupuncture?
So, Danny, that's an interesting question because acupuncture and herbal medicine are just a small part of the whole treatment for these couples undergoing fertility treatments. We talk a lot about diet and nutrition, the way that alcohol and caffeine, even stress can affect the outcome of their fertility treatments. For example, going back to the individuality of each treatment, if a woman were to come in with something like polycystic ovarian disease, we would really try to give her a diet more that is very low carbohydrate and remove a lot of the meats from her diet to help stabilize the glucose and insulin levels in that kind of disease. Whereas if a woman were to come in with a very low basal body temperature, she might have an underlying thyroid disorder or something like that, and we would give her more foods that would be more warming for her body to increase that basal body temperature. So again, very individualized treatment with the diet, but we almost always eliminate cold things from the diet, such as ice in their drinks, ice cream, raw foods, salads, that kind of thing, because again, each type of food that we put into our property has either a warming or a cooling temperature, and in fertility, promoting a warm environment in the uterus is the most inviting thing for an embryo to grow in. Other things that I incorporate in are meditation. I have quite a few different meditation CDs for couples to take home and listen to, either at home or while they're here getting a treatment. One specifically for people who are trying to get pregnant naturally, others for women who are going through things like in vitro fertilization or IUI, where it gives them day-by-day meditations to take them through the process of their whole fertility treatments. Yoga is obviously another huge thing that is very important when it comes to fertility. I try to steer people away from the very hard strength training, hard running, because that really just takes the energy kind of in the wrong direction when you're trying to get pregnant. One of my favorite CDs that I recommend for people if they want to do yoga at home is this Restoring Fertility, and what it does is it takes women through each week of their menstrual cycle and gives them different yoga poses to do based on where they're at in their cycle.
So do you incorporate herbal medicine here?
Absolutely. Typically for couples coming in who are trying to conceive more naturally, we will do an herbal regimen for about the 3-month period that I usually see couples for. For couples who are doing more of the assisted reproductive technologies, I usually put them more on an IVF approved supplement rather than give them herbal therapies, only because most of the time you don't want to combine the Western medicine that they're taking for their fertility treatments with the herbal therapies. But the great thing about those as well is that they can be customized to fit the individual's needs and address any other issues that they may be dealing with at the same time. Sleeping issues, stress, anxiety, digestive issues, headaches, that kind of thing, can really kind of tailor it around them and their needs for that.
So Monica, do you deal with other women's health issues?
You know, Danny, my passion really lies in treating fertility issues, but as it goes, I end up seeing these women through their pregnancies, postpartum, and hopefully into their menopausal years. So quite often they will get pregnant and continue to see me through maybe the first trimester, or some of them even through their whole pregnancy. Acupuncture can really help to alleviate a lot of the aches and pains that they get, morning sickness. It can even turn a breech baby towards the end of the pregnancy and help to induce labor. Postpartum, I help a lot of women through things like postpartum depression or mastitis, trouble producing enough breast milk, that kind of thing. And then, you know, quite a few women do come for acupuncture to help alleviate some of their menopausal symptoms, the hot flashes, the night sweating, the irritability and mood swings that kind of all go along with that transition. We try to just make it a bit more of a smooth transition for them and alleviate some of those symptoms that they have.
Well, Monica, thanks for sitting down and talking with us today. This is Danny with Temecula Yoga Collective, sitting with Monica Sarrat of Access Acupuncture. And we'll have all the contact information up on our website and in the blog on how you can schedule an appointment and get a consultation and learn more about what Monica has to offer here.
Thank you, Danny.
Have a great day. And don't forget, you can visit Monica and her husband AJ at Temecula Yoga Collective every Thursday at 11:15 for community acupuncture. So you can come on in and check out acupuncture without having to schedule an appointment.
We'll see you there.